Okay, so let's make a review in that way because it's gonna be easier. Because there are so many points that I'm not going to write down all of them. It's going to be very clear if I can share with you about those points. So I just download the last version you shared with me. Here is I was using it. Let's just reset it. Okay, so I had it here. I just closed it. Now let's just open it. Okay, it's loading. I've checked that it is properly connected to the main database. I just add a new database to test. It is called Bosch. Because we're taking advantage of that, we now have some assets loaded in that database. As you can see, it is working because I've added this client. So it is working here with region and Conjuntor building. But here is the first point. When the final user gets connected to the final database, he then chooses the region and the building, and then he press download. Okay. Now it is supposed that we've got the information, the data that we need. Okay. But what happens if I want to change from the main connection, or I want to change not the main connection but the building? How do I do it? How am I supposed to do it? I cannot see any option to do that change. So the only way I found to achieve it was shutting down the app and starting it again. As you can see, salir or exit option is not working. So it is another point that is not working. So, well, just let's first shut down. Let's open it again. Okay, it is working. Of course, you can see it is not easy. An easy way to the final user to change the URL nor the building. We are asking the final user to do all of those steps just to change either the connection or the building. It is not logical. Well, that's one point. Let's move. About connecting to the Bluetooth reader, I have no issue. It is working good as it is supposed to work. Let's just connect. Okay, it is working. Well, let's move to monitoring. Okay, here in monitoring, let's start with just monitoring. We're finding locations. We are moving from one location to another, forward and backward. Okay, that's okay. Actually, I chose the wrong location that I was going to show you. So it is good because then I can ask you, hey, how do I change the building? And we have no other option than to load again the app and try to change the building. First, get connected. It should be saved in some place, I don't know. But it is not good that I have to write every time that I open the app, the database I want to connect to. But okay, let's connect to the database. Then let's choose the region and let's choose the building. So as you can see, if you get wrong the building, you need to close the full app and open it again. It is just not logical. Okay, let's go to supervision mode. Okay, it is different. Now you see that we've got some objects like this Apple TV. in the first test I just ran, you didn't see any object here because there were no objects here. And why are they here? That's something that I don't know. I was just trying to tag some assets in the final location, and they got here at this, I don't know, at this root location, we could say. But it is not a good location for them because it was not intended for them to be there. Okay, let's just make an example so that you can see that it is not working correctly. In this location WS, I add these two locations for testing purposes, TR1 and TR2. Okay, let's just choose TR2 and then try to text something. Okay, in this module. Now we are going to tag. Okay, we've got this reference object list and we can search for something like, well, I don't know, like this one, fotocopiadora Ricoh. Okay, let's just try to find it. Okay, it's okay. I've got 3 different reference assets because I've got different brands, not the same brand but different model. By the way, modelo, it is not correct. It is not correct spelled. It is with a single L, not double L. Okay, let's select one. It is okay. But as you remember, I chose TR2 sublocation to tag this asset, this copier machine. Okay, now let's just add some barcode. This is another point that is not working. I'll just tap in barcode scanning and then the screen just gets black. I have no other options, just a black screen. What should I do? My camera is okay. I have no issue with my camera. My camera is working. Okay. My camera is working correct. So let's do it again. As you've seen, camera is working okay, but in your application, camera is just not working. Just a black screen. Okay. Well, let's fake some serial number. Now let's save it. Okay, value saved. Okay, so the properties are now correct saved. Now it is missing the EPC. Okay, let's just read an EPC. Okay, apparently we got disconnected reader. Okay. Okay, now it is connected. Okay, now the reader is connected and I'm just trying to read an EPC. Well, it is not working, maybe because it got disconnected. So I'll start again. This location, this sublocation TR2. We were trying to add a Ricoh machine. Okay. Okay. Let's just see if it's going to work. Okay, now it's working. Okay. That's the correct EPC I wanted to read. Okay, so properties. Barcode is not working. Any serial number, we're going to fake it. We save the change. Now we got the EPC, and as you remember, we were trying to get this asset saved in TR2 location. Now, these buttons, as I could see, they are reset by this button. This button this button is not correct located because the final user doesn't know what to do with this button, because it has to be located just next to this button, this mount button, and it is not correct spelled. It is not claro. It should be like ninguno. I'm going to write it down. Well, it is a minor modification. The important modification is to save this asset. Is the tree. We're working with the tag that ends in tree. Okay, we got it. Properties, okay, they are okay. Then what I'm going to do is to save this copier machine in TR2 location. You remember? Okay, let's try to do it. Okay, successfully we saved. Okay, so I assume that the asset is supposed to be in the location I just tell that I wanted it to be saved. So let's go back to this location, and this location has no objects settled, has no objects. At first I thought that I needed it to reload, but then I reloaded and I found that the assets were not saved in the correct location. They were saved in some place that I don't know what place it is, but here you have above WS location, you've got the copier machine, the Ricoh one. Okay, it got the serial number, it got the EPC, the red EPC. Barcode scanning, I don't know why we have this one here, but it is not working. But it is here. It is not where it was supposed to be, that it was this location. So of course you cannot perform an inventory because you have no assets, because it failed to save the asset in the correct location. Okay, so I think that this is it for tagging module. Then let's go to inventory module. Here I got 9 assets, and here I got 3 assets. Okay, let's try an inventory. Here in the location I've got 3 assets. Okay, I got 3 assets, but I don't know how many assets in total I've got. Here it is easy because of course you can count them manually, but what happens if you get much more assets like in this location? It's not going to be that easy. So you don't know how many assets you've got. There is no any information how many assets you've got in this location. So first of all, you need to know how many assets you have to find. Okay, I'm going to go back to this location because it's going to be easier to show you some other details. Okay, I just opened the second location. We know now that we've got just 3 assets. We should have some kind of information telling us that there are 3 assets pending to be found, and as soon as some of them are found, we need to know how many we have found. So we need at least 3 numbers: the total of assets, how many assets I'm looking for, the total of assets found, how many assets I have found, and the total of assets that they don't belong to the location I am trying to inventory. So I don't have that information. That information is missing. Okay, another thing. Here we've got 4 columns: description, location, properties, and EPC. Properties doesn't say anything about the asset because it is so small that it is useless to have this column here. Why? Because I can tap any asset and it brings me to that screen about the properties of the asset. So it doesn't matter if I have this column or I don't have this column, because the information that I am seeing is just so small that it doesn't mean anything. It says marca, model, it doesn't say anything. So I should remove, you must remove that column, properties column, and you should make EPC column bigger, because it's going to be easier for the user to use that column than to have this properties column that has nothing to show. It is just like compact information that is useful for the user in that way. Other thing, the location. The location is not correct. As you can see, I am not performing the inventory of WS. I am performing the inventory of this location, CC697002. And this location is not named WS, so the location is not correct. Properties column is useless. Location should be correct. EPC column should be wider because you can delete properties column. Okay, all the numbers that I have told you. And finally, transfer. I am not really sure how this function works. I know that if I found something here in my location that doesn't belong to this location, I am able to transfer it from I don't know what location it belongs to this very location that I am performing the inventory in. That is how it is supposed to work. Transfer button. How it is working now, I don't really know, because I just try to select some asset and press transfer button, and it tells me that it was saved successfully. I don't know, saved what? What was saved? The asset already belonged to that location. So what was saved? I don't know. But what I know is that if I try to perform the inventory once again, then this screen shows me that one asset is in green, like if it was already found, and it haven't been found because I haven't performed the inventory, but it shows it in green. Actually, every time that I open this screen, it must show all the assets in red, because I want to find all of them. I don't have to see any asset in green. Any assets show in green when the screen is open is wrong, because all of them are not found, so all of them should be in red. Okay, so transfer button, I don't know how it works, but what I know is that when I press in some asset and I press transfer, it shouldn't paint it on green. That is incorrect, that is wrong. What I know is that every time I close inventory window and I perform a new inventory, it must show all of them in red, because I have to find all of them, not just one. Okay, well, there are so many bugs that I'm going to just mention just the first the first half of them, and when they are correct, then I'm going to review the rest of the application. The final one I'm going to review is moving. If I got to move an asset, I have to press here. Okay, let's just remember how is my location structure. In my location structure, I've got region, building, floor, and sublocations. My floor is WS. Okay, I open WS and I've got locations, several and different locations. Okay, if I open any location, it is going to show me the assets that are related to that location. Okay, I have told you that it is not working to tag any asset in a specific location now because they are not correctly linked to the location. But let's use those assets that already belong to that location. I'm going to just say that I have some assets here and I want some assets to move from one to two. Okay, so I'm going to open here laser welding cover and I'm going to open here. Now there are so many hierarchies when we are talking about locations that it is not just possible to show all of them in one list. It is wrong. Final user is going to be a total mess about location because he doesn't know what are the hierarchy of every location. So maybe he knows very good the location, so he's going to know that WS is going to be the parent of 71 and 78, but that's just assuming that he has to know. But there are going to be some other users that they are not familiar with the locations and they're just going to be missed, they are just going to be confused. Which location is the parent? Well, which location is the children? What is the relationship? What children belongs to what parent? It is just not clear. So we need to have some structural information here. We need to show to the user some kind of tree, I don't know, some kind of maybe Canva boxes if a tree is not possible. But it is for sure that just one list is not going to be good. It's not going to be enough because final user is going to be lost. It is impossible for us to say to the final user that he needs to know all the locations. Here we're working with a few locations. We don't have many locations. As you can see, we've got like 15 locations or maybe 12. In final projects, we're going to deal with around 200, 300, 500 locations. So it is going to be impossible for a final user to find the location he needs. It is not possible. In one side, we need to show structured information, and the other hand, we need to show some kind of control that can filter allocation, maybe a search box or something like that. I don't know. So it is not possible. Well, let's assume that I am a person that know very good the location. So I know that my asset that was located in 71, I wanted to move to 78. Okay. Let's go to 78. But it is not here. 78 is not here. It's just not here. Well, what should I do? As we have seen, we need to open it up again. Okay, just open it again. It is, I think 78 is here. Okay. Yeah, it is here. Okay. It moved correctly. At last, moving is working, but not the presentation of the screen to move to select a final location. It is not correct, just a list. I have told you why it is not correct. So I'll just stop here, just the half of the application. If you correct this first half of the application, then I am going to continue for the second half, and I'm going to be sure that the first one is properly corrected. So I'll share with you this video. It's going to be easier that way. And also I'm going to share with you some text talking about some other points that maybe I am missing here. Any doubt? Just I'm going to be here. Thank you.